Hey guys, this is Nerd Out Nara with a red Sprite review. Let me fix that a little bit. There you go. The way this chapter starts off, we learn about how Tatsu is planning to invade the danger zone, where Alfred's at, because yeah, I was about to say that too. Danger zone. Sorry, was watching Archer a few days ago, but even though they know where Alfred's at, they're having a little problem because apparently this whole nation is surrounded by electrical current that basically, if any airship does get through, it goes straight crashing. As you can tell, that whole nation, that whole radius, is like a magnetic field, which makes me wonder: is that why Alfred is able to be so, I guess you could say, successful in taking out all those units by himself? Maybe he's drawing energy and strength out of that electrical current. But we'll see what happens later on. But of course, Tatsu is not worried because he said, yo, he's our brethren. He was with us back in the day. We're going to get him. I'm like, okay, Tatsu, she just explained that if any ship goes in there, it's going to crash. But apparently, he has a backup because they asked Mono, can you generate enough energy to get us through there? Now, we seen, I think, 2 chapters ago, Mono has enough energy output to make almost any ship, even their ship, that's kind of not up to par with some of the elite ships, basically equal out. Because as you see against the Excalibur airship, when Mono was hooked up to those cords, the Excalibur looked like a flimsy piece of shit compared to Tatsu's ship. However, when they asked Mono, do your best, give us what you like, basically give us that boost we need to get through there, they wind up in outer space. Mind you, well, it looks like they're in between. They're right there in outer space, but they're in between, like, I guess the atmosphere. They're basically like slightly above the atmosphere in an airship, which is freaking horrible because that's just showing us how much Mono could be a real asset to a future ship if that ship were to get upgrades, or basically if Tatsu were to get his hands on a better ship. So that's something to look out for because Mono is going to be a huge change factor if we get more of those air battles that I want personally. And apparently, Alfred is helping, I guess you could say, a rebellion unit that's fighting for the cause of the people, that's fighting to push back those, I guess you could call them Nazis. But it turns out, also within this chapter, we learn more about Alfred, like how he was found as a young child in this area, how he was raised by these people, raised by their commander. So he's really attached to everyone here. But you know, characters like Alfred and Tatsu ain't always gonna have a happy life doing all this crap because it turns out, yeah, the main commander is telling him you have to go with Tatsu. That's where your friends are. That's where your people's at. And the reason why he's pushing Alfred away is because he's saying, Alfred, in the end of all this, we're all gonna die. We're all just old men fighting, and we're gonna fall. And Alfred is refusing to accept this. He's arguing with them. He's trying to, you know, tell the commander, I'm not leaving. Y'all raised me technically. And even the commander had, like, I guess you could say, what's that called? Self-loathing of a sort, because he feels as though he trapped Alfred in this situation. But Alfred's like, no, you're my family. I'm going to stay here fighting for y'all. And then we see these four individuals, four mysterious individuals that appear out of nowhere in that area, and this is where it got me hyped personally. It's the fact that we might not only see Alfred have a good fight, not against small units, a real fight, and we get to see possibly Tatsu going a little bit, serious, full out. Because all we've seen is these Thundercore users fighting non Thundercore users. But when they introduce these guys, the Thunder Thundercore soldier unit, the Crusaders, we're about to see some interesting abilities and possibly get to learn more about how these Thundercores work. And this is where I'm really happy about, because that means next week, on the next week's chapter, we're going to see some rumbling. And we going to probably see Alfred versus some of these guys, because I'm going to do a little prediction, see if I'm how far I'm going to be. I think these Crusaders is going to wind up killing the rebellion unit that is close to Alfred. Alfred's probably going to snap. He's going to get angry, and he's going to go at them. And then Tatsu and them are there trying to hurry up and get through that atmosphere, through the electrical current, which we see Mono put them in space. So going through electrical current ain't going to be a problem for Mono. And then it's going to be Tatsu and Alfred tag teaming. It's going to be red lightning speed and magnetic field control versus whoever these Crusaders are. And the Crusaders most likely going to have some interesting abilities, because look at this guy. He has a freaking monocle like stuck in his freaking eyeball with a tube coming out of his mouth. That's a tube or a piercing? It's one of those things. But this dude looks deranged. So his Thundercore ability is probably going to be something around, let's say, blood. I'm just throwing it out there. Blood or sight. He probably has like pinpoint accuracy of some sort because that damn monocle stuck in his eyeball. But I'm just spitballing here, and hopefully the next chapter is going to have some interesting fights, because this left me off wanting way more, just like all the past chapters left me off wanting more. And this is where Red Sprite is actually doing it right. It's not leaving you off like, oh, that's it, that chapter was too fast. No, it's leaving you off like, oh, that's it, I want more. More. But let me know what you thought of this chapter, if you liked it, if you didn't. And I'll see y'all in the next review. Hey, he's not doing that. Bye.